Unilever Limited present Lessons in Marketing Excellence, Season 13.
Team Lemonade up next. Let's find out how impressed the jury was by their idea.
We are Team Lemonade from SPJIMR Mumbai. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to be here today. We've chosen Magnum Ice Creams as the brand to explore new opportunities for HUL. The pandemic has severely affected our regular activities and several plans. Being an avid traveler, I've missed being in a new place, a new country. But more than this, I crave for the local flavors that I got to taste during my adventures. In fact, a study says that 77% of leisure travelers believe that food is a vital part of their trips. When we surveyed a group of 175 people, we found that 87.5% of them look forward to tasting local cuisines, and 66% agreed that they would be ready to pay a higher price if we could recreate the experience for them.
Furthermore, when we personally interviewed a group of 25 people regarding their travel experiences, we found a majority of them had their travel plans cancelled because of the pandemic, and this made them feel stuck at home. Added to this was the incremental pressure they experienced during studies or at work, and therefore there arose a need to take a break from routine life. This problem is therefore important to solve through a product that offers a getaway for those who long for the experience of traveling. If this issue is not solved, people will keep turning towards food and there will be a missed opportunity. They will turn especially towards desserts, as we have seen during the pandemic, with an increase in self-cooking and baking activities. So food is the escape for most people. And hence we propose to introduce Magnum Voyage, an international range of premium ice cream bars with the functional benefit of offering flavors unique to 6 exotic locations around the world that include Japan's matcha tea, Brazil's guava cheesecake, Italy's roasted pistachio, Australia's honeycomb toffee, Canada's maple syrup, and Argentina's dulce de leche. Magnum Voyage will help consumers wander the world, bringing the local flavors of dream destinations at the tip of their tongue. When we take a look at the Indian ice cream and frozen desserts industry, HUL occupies the second largest share of the market, in an industry which is hugely dominated by unorganized players. Despite the impacts of the pandemic, the industry is expected to grow at an impressive CAGR of 17.3% in the next 5 years. And with the added incentive that very few players among the leading ice cream brands of India actually offer premium ice cream bars of international taste, we are confident that HUL's Magnum Voyage will be a success. To do so, we have identified 3 potential consumer segments, each with their unique problems, but who could benefit from our offering. First, flavor fanatics. These are people who love ice cream. They enjoy trying out new flavors, but don't always experience a wide variety of choice. Second, worldly wanderers. These are explorers who cherish tasting local flavors wherever they go, but are unfortunately tied down due to the pandemic. And finally, exotic elitists. These are consumers of premium products made with authentic ingredients, but they don't always enjoy the Indian substitutes of foreign flavors.
The total available market for worldly wanderers is 2.47 billion rupees, computed based on the number of international leisure travelers who believe that the local food is an integral part of their trips. Out of this, based on the existing distribution network of Magnum ice cream, the serviceable market for HUL could be 1.6 billion rupees. Based on our consumer survey results of the number of people willing to pay a premium price for authentic flavors, HUL's serviceable and obtainable market could be 0.42 billion rupees. These numbers support our decision of choosing worldly wanderers as our target segment. For the campaign, our big idea is to position Magnum Voyage as an international range of ice cream bars that will transport the consumers to their dream destinations. We've designed a poster and a video ad to showcase that the consumers can wander the world with Magnum Voyage.
It's a new dawn, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Wander the world with Magnum Voyage.
To execute our
campaign, we first studied the media consumption habits of our target consumers across 3 media channels. Insights like increased usage of social media and OTT platforms, trust on celebrity endorsements, and subscription of niche products like travel magazines gave us the starting point to develop a marketing campaign. We also looked at a super consumer, Disha's journey, and in particular, her pain points. At first, she identifies the problem when she starts missing the experience of tasting international flavors during her trips. She searches for options that can recreate an authentic international taste. She evaluates them based on authenticity and price. During purchase, she displays an inhibition to try out new products as she is unsure of the Indian alternatives to foreign flavors. Based on the consumer journey and media consumption, we plan to execute the marketing campaign using the funnel approach. We will first create awareness about Magnum Voyage with the help of OTT and traditional advertising that will include wall graffiti in Tier 1 cities, a globe statue to depict our international offering, a tethered hot air balloon with Magnum Voyage branding. We also plan to create a community blog called Bond Over Magnum that brings ice cream lovers and travel enthusiasts together to share their stories. We will leverage the reach of influencers such as Pooja Dhingra, a celebrity chef, Bruce Passports, a highly followed travel blogger duo, Shivesh Bhatia, a renowned food blogger. We have chosen Lisa Hayden as the celebrity brand ambassador whose international image will help us in product placement at gala events and launch parties. For grabbing consumers' attention, we are going to use SEO, SEM, and keyword targeting. We plan to sell it at 100 rupees per bar as against the current pricing of 90 rupees per bar. This is considering the additional cost which we might have to incur in order to source ingredients from international locations. After considering the variable cost, distributor margin, and retailer margin, HUL would be earning a margin of 15% on the MRP. And with this, we conclude that our product offering will be financially viable.
It is time to wander the world with Magnum Voyage. Thank you so much. We would like to answer your questions now.
Yeah, I really love the idea of linking, ice cream food to travel. It's so simple, so primal, yet so beautiful because it changes the kind of, the entire sort of way of looking at food. And it's sitting there waiting to be had. Tell me, when I saw your work, I saw what you had as a starting point, but do you think you'd see it as a tourism campaign of which the byproduct is, say, the ice cream? Or would you go to the conventional and show an ice cream that leads you to a place? Well, what would you do? I mean, I know you've done your rough thing here, but if you were, what do you call Team Lemonade, right? Yeah.
Sorry, if I may take up this question. Thank you for that. Sir, it would not be, when we made the ad, we didn't plan to make it as a tourism campaign, but we wanted to pitch the idea of the 6 international flavors. Obviously, since we had the time constraint to make the ad, we added all the 6 countries together. But when we make the actual ad, our idea is to make an ad only on one of those countries and then make 6 separate ads, so that the idea of transporting the person to the country specified flavor is very evident. And so and maybe we could contribute in terms of the costumes and the outfits and that sense, so that the idea of the ad is very clear. So this was our essential idea, but since we didn't have the time, we try to incorporate the entire thing together.
Yeah, I think you got a bigger idea than just that ad. It's a larger idea. So love it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very, very interesting idea. 2 questions, actually, quick ones. One is the leap from travel and missing local food to ice cream. So I think it's a pretty massive leap. So I want to definitely hear how you guys feel that connects up to the core insight. And a more tactical one, which is when you talk about flavors, it's curiosity, right? Matcha tea, very curious to try versus longevity. That's my second layered question, maybe from very interesting experiences in my own life, but happy to hear what you all.
The idea of moving from food to ice cream came as a result of our consumer interactions. We had an in-depth interview of 25 different people after we did our initial consumer survey. And we realized that whenever they were traveling to any foreign location, ice cream was an inevitable part of their consumption. Maybe they're trying other things as well, but ice cream definitely came in that. And secondly, when we were talking about different flavors from different locations, we have actually consulted a certified pastry chef. And she was the one who helped us develop these flavors and incorporate them, and said that this is feasible to be incorporated in an ice cream covering various dimensions of flavors, which is not possible if you choose one savory and one dessert. So that's why Magnum ice cream was the natural choice.
This is truly fabulous, Team Lemonade. Time now for another short break. On the other side, we have one team, Limelight, presenting their idea. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
CNBC-TV18 and Unilever Limited present Lessons in Marketing Excellence, Season 13.
Hello and welcome back to the grand finale of Hindustan Unilever and CNBC-TV18 present Lessons in Marketing Excellence, Season 13. The jury has so far seen Team Eliminators, Lemonade, Stargazers present their ideas. Now just one more team to go, Team Limelight. Let's take a look at their presentation.
So hello everyone, a very good evening. We as in Team Limelight chose Lipton Green Tea as our product for the disruption economy based on the consumer trend of emergence of mental health as a societal challenge. Putting the rising problem in context, we discovered that more than 80% of the youth in India feel that the COVID-19 pandemic has negatively impacted their mental health. A large number of millennials have become increasingly distressed, and with the situation evolving towards a hybrid work from home model, the problem is here to stay. Another shift in the consumer perception that we have received was the gaining momentum in the body positivity movement in India. So Indian consumers have gradually started disbelieving the fact that drinking green tea can lead to weight loss directly. Considering these emerging trends, we suggest a modified positioning of Lipton Green Tea that would highlight its lesser known benefit of reducing stress and anxiety that is achieved through this inherent health element present in it.
Now, our target segment, consisting of the urban youth from the middle and upper middle classes, is divided into 5 representative consumer personas. First, we have the online ninjas. They are stuck in their world of online classes, unable to share a relaxing moment with their friends. Then we have the nestaways, living away from their families and having to deal with the additional stress at both home and work. Then the not so social butterfly is actually the stark opposite. He has gotten so used to life at home, he is finding it difficult to transition back into the social environment at office. Sharing a cup of green tea with a colleague can help diffuse the awkward silences and keep the conversations flowing. Next, we see the homemaker, whose workload has literally tripled due to the pandemic, and she has been forced to say goodbye to her much-needed me time. And lastly, there's the family guy who is overwhelmed by the converging responsibilities at both home and work and is pining for a short break from it all. Now, although these different people have different pain points, they are unified by the common need for stress relief. And that is why we want to extend the current positioning of the brand to incorporate both mental and physical health benefits. We are modifying the product packaging to highlight the benefits of relieving stress along with the zero-calorie messaging so as not to alienate our current consumers as well. The objective is to instill the mindset that Lipton Green Tea not only facilitates weight loss, but also helps reduce stress and anxiety. We want to uphold it as a healthy habit for one's overall well-being. The greatest challenge that we expect to face here is the social stigma that is attached with accepting mental health issues. Typically, a consumer does not want to acknowledge that they are stressed or overwhelmed. To address this particular challenge, a key focus of our campaign is to leverage digital media because we believe that our target audience is more open to engaging with newer ideas online.
So coming on to our plan to launch this into the market, we thought of 3 major campaigns. The first one would be the launch of Khushi Ki Aadat Dal Lo, which would introduce our brand ambassador Radhika Apte and the product's modified positioning. The highest spends would be made during this part of the campaign, as this is where we want to establish the new brand identity. We've added examples of what that would look like on social media and billboards, and we've created a fun ad and a jingle to show you the messaging we want to put across. Can you play the first video, please?
जो अंदर छुपाया है उसे बाहर आने दो, बेजुबान से दिल को थोड़ा मुस्कुराने भी दो, जो खो गया सो खो गया उसे अब तो जाने दो, खुशी की आदत डालो, खुशी की आदत डालो, just brew a cup of green tea, खुशी की आदत डालो.
Okay. After this, we will also launch hashtag share your cup of tea on digital mediums to get the conversations rolling about mental health and encourage user-generated content. Utilizing influencer marketing would help to initiate such conversations, and relatable influencers like Vega Jha and Ankush Bahuguna can be looped in for the same. Through this campaign, we also want to reiterate the brand identity and the holistic benefits of the product through interactive features like Reels and Facebook Shorts.
Yeah, so that is all from our end.
I like the ideas that you presented, but to me, it is a huge stretch of taking green tea to the area that you're talking about. And in any case, when you talk about teas that calm you or make you happy, at least to my mind, some herbal teas or maybe even chamomile tea, those are the teas that come to my mind. So I just want to understand from you, how are you stretching the same product? Why not some product innovation, is part of your whole repertoire, where you've discussed so many other lovely ideas. And the other is a very small comment. Thank you for attempting the customer journey, but they are not normally linear, as you've suggested, but you can ignore that comment. Okay. Just talk to me on the product front.
So we believe that people who started having green tea for the weight loss benefit of it, if they found it useful, they're already habitual users of the product. So they do not need to be convinced to buy the product over and over again. And that current positioning, we believe, will not work in the long run because of the changing consumer trends. So from like a product that only aids weight loss, we want to extend it to a product that aids essentially overall well-being. And
so at some point you'll junk weight loss at some point.
We will not be junking it. We will essentially be saying that it helps your physical and mental health, which is, it does help in metabolism, but it also contains L-theanine, which does help reduce stress and anxiety.
Oh, thank you.
Very well done, Team Limelight. Well, that was it. All the teams have now finished presenting to the jury. It's time now to find out who the winners are. Once again, let me remind you, the winning team will win a ticket to the Global Unilever Case Study Competition, Unilever Future Leaders League 2022. And that team is Team Lemonade. Congratulations, Pranjali J. Rao, Taid Nazahat, Ayub Hussain Debru Poddar from Team Lemonade. A big congratulations.
So for me as a future marketing manager, it's one of the most incredible experiences to excel in a competition that is the most elite marketing competition in India that you can think of.
And we were almost about to give up at one point in time. And then suddenly, when we were discussing, we suddenly randomly came over the topic of ice creams. And that's when it struck us that during COVID, when people are not able to travel, they need to recreate the experience in some form. And what better way to experience it than have some local flavors? And that's how we incorporated the 6 international flavors in the ice cream.
This journey has had so many learnings for us, and the first is that you can only learn so much in classroom. It's actually when you apply things in competitions like this that you can synthesize those learnings and actually see how things work in corporates.
A lot of brainstorming, a lot of debating in order to make sure that whatever we are recommending is going to impact a consumer's life in a very, very positive manner. And it's not just a recommendation, it could be implemented, it could affect a lot of lives in positive manners. So it has been a fantastic journey.
We started our Lime journey about 2 months back, and now that I look back at the 2 months, it's almost like it's been like a mini crash course in marketing, because we've actually learned a lot, not only about how to think about products, how to think about customers, how to think about marketing, but most importantly, how all of these elements come together.
A lot of things you feel are important, but you cannot put everything out there. So how do you decide the most important stuff and leave some of it? You have to take that leap of faith and trust your team members. Second, we also, I think one important thing was the crunch deadlines. So how do you navigate your way through it? So those have been some of my experiences.
I've just learned so much about marketing and how it correlates to all the other functions of an organization. It's been extremely interesting and extremely beneficial to understand the nitty-gritties of marketing through this Lime experience.
throughout this journey, we overcame multiple challenges from starting from choosing what HUL brand portfolio to choose from to the emerging trends. And in this entire journey, we started to view things through a marketeer's lens.
Got to learn so many different ideas and concepts, and also we had to brainstorm solutions. So I think that was the key highlight for me.
Well, that's a wrap on this season of Hindustan Unilever and CNBC-TV18 present Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 13. We will be back next year to hunt for more young and budding marketing geniuses. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.
CNBC-TV18 and Hindustan Unilever